We have new microphones. We have an autofocusing camera.
Yes. Oh, that was really close.
We're in a hotel.
Yes.
Things are different. We have a different
Yes.
background. I'm currently visiting in Chicago. Well, not really, but kind of.
Close enough. I mean, it's a suburb.
We're
actually here for VidCon this year because we got invited because of how funny our last podcast was.
They saw our TikTok that has 800 views.
They did.
And they were like, they're literally famous. I didn't bring anything to drink. Oh, yeah, I do. I have my penis Awala and my Celsius. Thank you.
Yeah.
You gotta smoke it out. I'm hoping that these mics are a lot better than the old situation, but we do also have an episode in the vault recorded that same day. So if at some point in the next 6 months you see that episode, mind your business.
And you see an outfit repeat in the same exact angle, fuck
mind
off.
your business.
Oh, yeah, mind your business.
Because some of us are busy, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Are you ready to queen out? Hey, what's up, you guys? So, yes.
It's also 8 o'clock in the morning.
It's 8 o'clock, yeah.
We've been up for 4 hours.
Yeah. We got up at 4 since I have to get in the ritual of waking up early since I have to work at 4:30 a.m. Is it this week or next week? Because it's tomorrow. Do you consider Monday the next week or do you consider Sunday the start of the week?
I consider Sunday the start of the week.
Really?
But I also consider it the weekend, which is kind of
right.
Weird. So, but I kind of don't anymore because my planner starts on Monday. Like, my weekly planner starts on Monday. So it's kind of gotten me into the sense of, like, maybe Monday is the start of the week.
Right. That's where I'm at right now.
It's not called the week start, you know?
Right.
So today, we're doing the laziest podcast episode anybody could ever do. We're doing Am I the Asshole?
Yeah.
So, Jack's on Reddit. He's got some pulled up.
Yeah.
And we're going to figure out if you're the asshole or not.
Yeah. So, this post is from 47 minutes ago. I feel like I shouldn't read the usernames out.
No.
Because I don't want anyone to be felt like they're called out. Okay. So, the title is, Am I the Asshole for Refusing to Talk to My Best Friend About His Wife's Affair Anymore? See, this seems juicy. And this is a long one. Okay. Okay. My best friend's wife has been having an affair for a little over a year now. Let's call them Evan and Tina. Evan, 38M, and Tina, 37F. And Tina's affair partner is a 30-year-old real estate attorney. Tina is a real estate agent, so they did closings together, and that's how they met. Okay.
So there's a little bit of
right.
co-worker,
I was about to say
office
there's co-worker,
place.
They're able to bond over their job.
Right. Real estate agent. Whores, notoriously.
Right.
Because you wanted to go into real
that's
estate.
yeah.
You wanted to go into real estate at one point.
Evan discovered the affair through text messages. He took pictures of them, and I've seen them, and they are brutal. So he confronts her, and she is able to convince him to try counseling. She says she will block the guy and never see him again, but she doesn't. A month later, Evan asks me to go with him to follow Tina. He put an AirTag in her car, so it wasn't hard. It's wild. Where was I at? We find them in a parking lot having sex in her car. There is a confrontation. Tina's crying. Evan's crying. I came very close to hitting the dude she was fucking. Oh. That made no sense. Oh, okay. I went home that night to my wife, and I was shaking. It was so hard to watch, but I figured the marriage was surely over now. But it wasn't. Tina begged for another chance, and Evan gave it to her. But a year later, the entire saga is still ongoing. Tina didn't see her lover for about a month, but then started up with him again. But that time, Evan didn't confront her. He still hasn't. Every time he knows she's with her lover, he calls me or comes over. He drinks and cries. My wife and I try to confront him. We tell him he has to find the strength to leave her, but he won't. He doesn't want to break up his family, but above all, he loves his wife and just hopes one day she will get sick of the guy and just stop. It's gotten to the point that Tina knows that Evan knows, but they just don't talk about it. He just waits until she leaves and comes to me a mess. I've grown frustrated and I just can't listen to it anymore. It's the same thing over and over again, and it's really starting to bring me down. I've tried talking to Tina alone. I've tried talking to her lover. That didn't go well. We almost came to blows again. So last week, I just told Evan I don't want to hear about it anymore. I can't help him if he doesn't want to hear him to help himself. Am I the asshole?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
Because
not.
Especially not for that last thing, because you're setting boundaries.
Right.
Your friend's relationship is not your relationship. It sounds like it's taking a toll on your relationship. And, like, also at a certain... I mean, like, every situation is different, and I don't want to pretend like I know what's going on.
No.
But I do believe in the standard of once a cheater, always a cheater.
Right. Especially when, like, she was like, oh, it's not going to happen again, and then they're fucking again.
Yeah, they're still fucking. Yeah. Tina's a bitch. Tina's an asshole. Tina. Everyone in this story is an asshole except for that guy.
Except for that guy.
And his wife, probably.
It reminds me a lot of, like, the Challengers where, like, Art is just, he's, like, a loser.
Yeah.
He stays with,
Tashi,
yeah, even though she's a cheater.
Right.
They're all losers.
So this is actually the plot of Challengers. So does that mean that him and the... Wait, no. Does that mean the husband and the lover are gonna start making out?
If it's Mike Face.
Twist ending.
Let's record that.
You just called him a loser.
He's so hot. Like.
Okay, moral of the story, absolutely not. You're not the asshole at all.
No, I was hoping that would be a little bit juicier.
Yeah, me too.
But I think it was a lot more straightforward of, like, you're not the asshole for wanting that. Because, like you said, you're setting a boundary. Not. If he's only talking to you because he wants to talk about his relationship, the relationship becomes so dry.
Yeah.
When the marriage ends.
Right.
So, like, I don't know.
Sorry.
No, I just think, like, whoever posted this, like, absolutely not. I think you also need to cut a little bit of the ties with...
For sure.
Whoever this friend is.
Because they're not interested in helping themselves, so how are they going to, like, help you?
And I know that it's difficult to break off your marriage when you have kids, you've got a wife, but, like, if she doesn't love you, don't stay with her.
Right.
Don't stay with Tina. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my mother-in-law redecorate our nursery? Okay. So I, 26F, am currently 32 weeks pregnant with mine and my husband Felix's 27M first child. Oh, I thought it said 36. I thought it said 36 and 27. I was like,
oh!
Things have been going well, and one of the great things is that Felix is a builder, and so everything with the nursery went pretty smoothly, pretty fast.
She's married to Felix.
We agreed. Okay, no, and do you know what pisses me off is the fact that all these people on the internet all of a sudden have these, like, builder husbands, and so they're getting
built. Just build them anything.
They're getting built, like, wraparound decks, like shit, like, that is so useful, and it's like, when's it my turn?
Where's my builder? Where's my builder lesbian wife?
Right.
Where's my butch lesbian wife?
Right.
That's gonna build me.
Yeah, what do you want?
I think I want, if I were to be married to someone that's a builder, I would probably want, I'm sorry, I didn't bring you any pillows.
No, it's okay.
Do you want me to go get you some pillows?
No, it's okay.
Do you want one of mine?
No, it's okay.
Okay, my ass was on one of them, so I won't give you that one.
No, it's okay.
What was I saying?
Like, you want a butch to build you something?
Okay. If I was married to somebody that could build me something, I think I would want, like, floor-to-ceiling entertainment center in my living room.
Lots of trinkets.
The built-in shelves.
Cubicles.
I really love that. I love the built-in shelves.
Trinkets.
I love an entertainment center. One thing about me is I love an entertainment center.
Entertainment center with a conversation pit.
Oh, I would have them build me a conversation pit. You're so right. I knew there was something I was missing. I would have them build me a conversation pit because I cannot live in a house where I don't have a conversation pit.
No, like imagine sleeping in one.
It's like a big crib.
Yeah, but like not in like a weird way.
Yeah, but not in like
not
a fetish
in a weird way.
Not in like I want to sleep in a bed or in a crib way.
Shout out all my dogs at the crib. You haven't watched your brother 26.
Sleep, baby.
Okay. We agreed at the start what kind of vibe we wanted to go with, and it's pretty much already done. Figured that we'd get it sorted out as soon as possible so it wasn't another thing to worry about later. Fair. That's a very, My mother-in-law has always been a bit of a nightmare, but has been better since the news that I'm pregnant, though not without issue. For example, oh shit. She told me that I should lose some weight and that it wasn't healthy for me to have a baby. She knows that I used to struggle with anorexia and I'm not any sort of unhealthy weight. In the past, I've kept my mouth shut and let Felix deal with her. As the nursery has almost been completed, she suddenly decided to invite herself around more. I work from home currently. She comes in on the regular, asks me when I'm going to have lunch, and, oh, you could just pop me in something too. And then we'll wander into the nursery and start rearranging things. I want to talk about this paragraph for a little bit. I can't stand those types of parents, and it is very prevalent with mothers of like talking down upon their children of like about their weight.
Yes.
And it's like, it's crazy to me. She's gonna be like, you should lose some weight, and that she's not a healthy type of like woman. But then she's gonna talk about, oh, like, when are you eating lunch?
Right. And then also like telling her that she should lose the weight in the beginning of her pregnancy when her body is getting ready to change a lot.
Right.
Like, you're going through maybe one of the, like, biggest changes bodily-wise that you can go through. And she's like, oh, you just lose some weight. Like, no, it's actually healthier to gain weight.
I was about to say, yeah. And, like, you're about to naturally gain weight.
Right.
Like, you can't avoid it.
You are, like, transforming your body into a home for another person. Like, not that you shouldn't be worried about your weight, because everyone always is.
Right.
But, like, that's just crazy to me that you would think that that's important.
Right. And it's like, you have to build up the weight to support, like, what, an 8-pound baby?
Yeah, like a little person. Like, that's weird.
Like, you have to hold it. Your body has to gain the weight. Like,
and it's crazy to me that it seems to, like you said, it seems to be more, like, it seems to occur more with mothers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy to me because if that mother has been pregnant before, they know how that feels. Like, to a certain extent, since everybody's
she had to have been. That's her mother-in-law.
Different. Like, you know what it's like, so why would you want to criticize how somebody else is going through it? Right. Like, I guess well, not that I understand if somebody that hadn't been pregnant before has said something like that, because you shouldn't say anything like that at all. But especially not someone who's been through that before. It just makes me crazy. And something else that makes me crazy is the end of that paragraph when she was talking about how the mom just came in and, like, was rearranging shit.
Oh, yeah, that would piss me off.
It's not your baby.
No, it's not your house.
It's not your child. It's not your pregnancy.
No.
I understand that you might be excited. Sure, you can be excited, but, like...
But is she? She doesn't sound very excited if she can't lose the weight.
Right, like, it just is so crazy to me because... Just say you want to be pregnant again.
Right.
Like, just say you want to do
you're
it
jealous.
Over.
Right.
That's honestly, I think, where it stems from. Jealousy and having the feeling of, like, oh, I could do this better.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, you know. Could you?
Clearly not.
And it's the same thing that comes with, like, I feel like there's a lot of, and I'm really happy about it, but there's a rising popularity of setting boundaries with your babies now.
Right.
Like parents setting physical and boundaries with their babies and being like, please don't kiss my baby when it's straight out of my vag.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like, let's give it some time. Please don't force my child to kiss you goodbye. Because I grew up in half and half. I grew up, half of my side of the family was like, you have to kiss and hug them goodbye. And you have to. Mm-hmm. And the other half of my family was like, we don't even really say I love you to each other, but we just know that we love each other.
Right.
So I've seen both sides of the spectrum, and I'm very glad now that we're getting away from the, like, well, they obviously don't love you if you don't show them, like, affection. Mm-hmm. I kind of stemmed off the topic that I was talking about.
No, it's related.
But, like, I'm very happy that there is this rising popularity of, like, autonomy with your own children. Mm-hmm. And you're not letting... I think that you have to pay respect to people who are older than you, obviously. Mm-hmm. But you can pay respect to them and also not do everything that they do.
Right.
Like, there's a reason that those things don't work anymore that they did. So, anyways, getting back on topic.
Yeah, and I also just, like, can't stand the, like, the people, like you said, like, you have to kiss them, you have to, like, do all this. It's like, why? Like, why? Like, what is so, like, tangible to you that you're gonna get from seeing somebody give a hug or kiss? Like, it's just, like, it makes no sense.
And I talked about this in therapy pretty recently, my last therapy session, about how I am not a physical person. I'm not a physical touch person.
Right.
And that stems a lot from me being a child and going over to my family's house and being like, okay, you have to hug them goodbye or else they're going to think that you don't love them.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, a lot of other things have played into it. But there's always a basis for what you're going through in childhood, since those are your most formative years. But, like, people are thinking that it doesn't have... I think that's why there's more of a push for bodily autonomy, is because people are growing up and they're realizing what these things they were forced to do as kids is doing to them, and they don't want to repeat the cycle.
Yeah, and I definitely think that, like, it's a huge, like, what was I going to say? Like, I think a lot of people from social media are starting to speak out, and people are starting to realize, like, this is not normal. Like, what was I gonna say? Like, there was, like, something I was thinking of specifically, but people are starting to, like, normalize not wanting to show physical affection, which is, like, amazing, because people love differently.
Yeah, everybody loves differently. Like, I mean, we say it all the time. I've never hugged you.
Yeah, we haven't hugged.
No, never. We've been friends for, like, 4 years.
Yeah.
We've been high-fived.
Yeah, even then, they're awful. So...
Like, people show love differently, and that extends to family.
Yeah, and it's like, I think also finding another person who can understand that is great, but it seems like this mother-in-law doesn't understand that.
Right.
Which, already, I don't even think we have to finish reading. I mean, we're going to finish reading
right,
it.
Yeah.
But I feel like already she is the asshole no matter what.
Right, but the writer is not. The author is not the asshole.
Right. That's what I meant.
The mother-in-law is the asshole.
The mother-in-law is the asshole.
Because it's not your pregnancy. It's not your child.
No.
It's your grandchild, yes. So maybe you have a say, but also you don't have a say.
No, you don't. You don't. Like, not at all.
I hate the people that are like, well, I am the reason that this child exists, so I should have a say.
Like, fuck off.
9 times out of 10, it's gonna be fucking stupid.
Right.
Like, your suggestion's gonna be bad.
Right.
I'm sure that, like... And that's another thing. I didn't even think about this. The, like, mental... Which I don't really get, because I've never been pregnant, but, like, the mentality of being pregnant and having everything where you want it, and then somebody coming in and just fucking it all up.
Right.
Even when you're not pregnant, like, you have everything where you know it is. Like, you know where everything is. And if somebody were to come in to your room and readjust everything... It'd be fucking annoying, but I can't even imagine if it's, like, your future child's room.
Especially, like, because pregnancy is, like, one of the only things in the world that, like, you can actually claim as yours.
Yes.
You know? Are those your hoes?
My iPad is going off. Why am I getting text messages from 40 minutes ago on my iPad that are just now coming through? I'm so sorry. Continue.
Okay, so sorry. Waking up at 4 a.m. is catching up. I know this sounds stupid, but once she literally bought an IKEA bag full of stuff that she put in there. It doesn't match, but I've never said anything really beyond, oh, thanks so much for the thought, etc. Yesterday, when she came around uninvited, she looked me up and down and said, really? Joggers? Thank God Felix isn't here. And then walked into the nursery and started asking me where the pillow she'd put in the crib had gone. Why I'd taken out the fairy lights hanging on the wall right by it, etc. I explained that they were potential safety hazards to the future baby and that I'd taken them out. Which, okay, also crazy. She put a pillow in the nursery.
And fairy lights right above the crib. That's what I was literally just about to say.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. Oh my God.
That's what I was literally just about to say. Like,
yeah, that's wild.
That's just borderline safety.
That's wild. This mother-in-law's a dumbass.
How her children survived.
I don't, quite frankly, I don't know. Were fairy lights a thing? Like, back then? Maybe
I don't
that's
know.
maybe they knew. Maybe she knew about the pillows, but she was like, I want a cute decoration.
Yeah, which
Well,
I get.
Not clearly not cute because it doesn't match, but.
But like, put fairy lights somewhere else in the room.
Oh, the next paragraph. She started with, "Oh, well, I've had 3 children, and I really think you should take more of my advice." And then looked me in the eye and said, "You're really not going to be a good mother at this rate." That's wild. I don't know if it was the pregnancy hormones, but I just stared at her for a moment and then told her to get out of the house. I'd been up all night and had loads of work and wasn't in the mood. She got very uptight about it and then left. Felix said he's going to talk to her and tell her that she shouldn't be reorganizing anything without our permission, but I don't know if it was just the hormones and I'm being unreasonable. Am I the asshole?
Absolutely the
No, you
fuck
are not the
not.
asshole. And this is the thing. I'm kind of mad at Felix a little because I don't think he's putting his mother in line enough.
No.
Because it's always like, I'll go talk to her. I'll take care of it.
It seems
It's not
very
working.
much boy mom.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
weird
Yup.
relationship is what, which I don't want to be like, every boy mom is like weird with her son, but like, it does seem very much like that. And like, I understand if you have a difficult family member, it's uncomfortable.
Right.
To share your feelings.
Right.
But it's your wife.
It's your wife.
Is it wife?
Yep. Your wife, and it's your future kid.
Future child. Like the start of your family. So, I'm not saying pick sides.
But
like, and like, just because you share your concerns with your mom doesn't mean you're never going to speak to her again.
Right. No,
and
yeah.
if you never speak to her again and she blows up, that's her fault, not yours.
And honestly, it'd be for the better. Because if your mother can't respect your own wife, if your own mother is gonna look up your wife up and down and say, joggers, really?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
That is what's crazy to me, because that is your daughter-in-law. That's your daughter-in-law, and you're speaking to her in the comfort of her own home, shaming her for wearing joggers in the house that she's paying for.
For someone
fucking crazy. For
someone who cares so much about this grandchild, you sure like hate half of its genetics.
Right.
Like, you have to remember that yes, half of that child's genetics are your child's, but the other half are just as important. Like, you're gonna say that you love and care for this child and then be like, well, fuck you, you're ugly, to the woman who's carrying.
Right, which is wild, because then you're gonna call your future child ugly, it seems.
Right.
When they wear joggers.
It makes, she's never gonna watch this. As someone who has a grandparent that hates one of my parents, which is very similar to this situation, it's not great growing up in that environment. And, like, it's not gonna end well for this mother-in-law.
No.
It's not gonna end well.
Because that's not something that you can just change overnight. Be like, oh, I'm going to stop making fun of her for wearing joggers. Like, that's not going to happen.
No.
Realistically, it's not going to work out like that.
No.
So, I see a lot of family ties getting cut.
Messy. I see a lot of mess.
A lot of mess. And I really hope we get more updates on this.
Yes, and I'm sorry that it's going to be messy, but I know it's going to be so urethral.
Right, and all the content we can milk from it. So...
you guys should start a family channel. These guys should start
the
a family
one
channel.
family channel I actually support. So...
Well, as long as they don't show their baby on camera.
Yeah. I really want to find someone who...
is the asshole.
Yeah.
I want to find an Am I the Asshole where we say, yes, you are the asshole. Because I want to call someone an asshole.
I know, I want to be like, you are the asshole, but these people are just, like, sensible.
I know. I feel like people turn to Am I the Asshole with either fake stories or, like...
This could be a good one.
Okay.
Title is, Am I the Asshole for Not Getting Up Out of Bed at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or 4 a.m. to drive to a store or a fast food place to go get my pregnant wife food? This could either be really good... or he's not the asshole.
Bitch. Okay.
Because already I'm thinking, like, why do you not have any groceries at home?
And already I'm thinking your wife is carrying your child.
I'm thinking that. And also, like, pregnancy cravings. But also, why do you not have anything at home? Make something.
Yes, at the very least, make something. That's our... yeah, this is our... maybe we should make predictions.
Yeah, okay. What's your prediction?
I think he is the asshole.
Okay. I was also thinking the asshole.
Because here's the thing, it's not, when I think of like 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., I'm thinking if you get up at 2 a.m., she's not going to ask you to go again at 3 and 4 a.m.
Right. And like, I don't know. I don't think this is something that could be patterned to the way it's like every day at 2 a.m., every day at 3 a.m.,
Right.
or every day at 4 a.m. I'm going to get up and get her food. Like, it just seems like this is a one-time thing. Or it's like a short runoff, you know?
Right.
Something, but... Okay. Am I the asshole for not getting up out of bed at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or 4 a.m. to drive to a store or a fast food place to go get my pregnant wife food? My wife, 25, straight up chooses not to eat breakfast or lunch at home during the day because we have nothing. Except we do, and what she really means is we don't have anything I want. Already, that just seems like an unreliable narrator, because go get the shit that she wants then.
Yeah, like, there's a very simple solution, and that's you going to the grocery store and knowing what your wife wants.
So at dinner time, I, 32M, almost always make dinner after working all day while she's currently not working. I struggle to get her to find someone she wants. She either has no clue and wants me to choose for her, and when I do, she doesn't want it, or when she does suggest something, she will pick around it and not eat much of it, or straight up not eat it. So then...
I see so much of myself in this bitch.
Yeah. I can't blame her.
I cannot blame her.
So then she wants me to wake up at 12 a.m., 2 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever latest time she picks, and go to a fast food place or gas station to get her food or snacks. I basically always tell her no. I tell her that the snacks that she wants we should buy at the store, or that she should actually eat some breakfast, some lunch, or some dinner so she's not starving in the middle of the night. I'm never mean about to, and always keep a calm and soft tone. Okay.
First of all, unreliable narrator, because where are the grammar lessons?
Right. I can't tell, because they edited this. They put edit, and then I can't tell if this is part of the story or if they're trying to defend themselves. I don't know if I should read it.
An edit is like after the fact, they come back and they're like,
so I'm not going to read the edit.
Edit is like an update. So that's it?
I'm going to leave it there. Am I the asshole? I wish I had more context.
I really do need more context.
Yeah.
Because if it's... Because this feels like a sticky situation.
Knowing that he's 14 and incredibly down.
Oh my god. Okay. Was that Gracie Abrams?
That was Gracie Abrams.
Gabriel
Asums.
Asums. Yeah, this is a weird, strange situation where I could see both sides.
I know. Because, I mean, if he works and she doesn't, getting up at 12 or 2 or whatever late-ass time, according to him, that is very inconvenient. But also, she doesn't eat breakfast or lunch. Yeah. That's what's throwing me off.
But here's the thing. You're pregnant and you're not eating breakfast or lunch.
I know. That's what's also... I was also thinking that, too.
And if she only eats fast food... I'm not here to... I'm not here to police anybody's diet.
Right. But strictly fast food.
And if you only eat one meal a day and you're growing a child, I can imagine that you would get pretty hungry.
I know. I really wish I knew how far along in the pregnancy she was.
And I also wish I knew why you can't just get her Dash Pass.
Right.
On DoorDash, free delivery.
Wait, yeah. Because there's always somebody out who will DoorDash.
Because she could order whatever she wants, whenever she wants.
Right.
So maybe you need to buy her Dash Pass for Christmas or for her birthday, like or just because she's carrying your child.
Right. $10 a month.
Something like that.
Something like that. It cancels out.
If she wants it every night,
you're gonna get your money back.
You're gonna get your money back.
So, I don't even know if I want to vote on this one.
I don't think I want to.
I think they're both kind of the asshole.
There needs to be more context.
There needs to be more context, and not in the form of an edit. You need to get your story straight, and you need to go back to first grade. That's what I'm going to say about that. That's my response. This one looks a little odd. The title is very alluring, but I don't know how juicy it can be.
Okay.
But I hope I'm saying that and I'm cursing it, and it's like actually really juicy.
Okay.
Really hoping that's what it is. Am I the asshole for booking a massage when my husband fell asleep before our date night? You know, weird.
Interesting.
Yeah. My husband booked us tickets for a comedy show, and we got a babysitter and everything. He was cold and rude to me all day, saying hurtful things, but we still were going to try and have a nice time. I spent about an hour putting baby down for bed, and when I came out, he has passed out in chair. I didn't... I did...
He is passed out in chair. He is passed out in
chair. We are having fun times.
Luckily, I have pills. We're at the beach, and we're having so fun. And there's scenes and waters in it. Someday, we'll find that video, and when Via's on the podcast, we will play it.
He is passed out in chair.
Oh, fuck, that's what we were doing.
I didn't try to wake him, and since he often drinks in excess, and the last date night he got too drunk, so I just assumed he had too much to drink and passed out. I was angry and hurt and not sure if I should even go on the date anyway because of his rude comments throughout the day. So I just was like, fuck it, the babysitter is here, I might as well book myself a massage since I never have time for myself. Well, my husband woke up about 1.5 hours later and was like, where are you? And was extremely hurt I didn't wake him up and that I booked a massage for myself instead of going out to the comedy show. I ended up cutting the massage short and rushing home, and we both caught the last act of the night, but he still is pissed at me. There's an edit. Actually, it looks kind of messy. I'm going to read it. The hurtful things he was saying were things like how he sometimes regrets marrying a white woman because I don't value family, and basically being upset at me for Reddit posts I made about our marriage.
Oh, fuck.
This is another one where I'm like, I wish I had more context.
Because taking all your marriage problems to Reddit.
That is crazy.
But also...
getting too drunk is crazy.
And his comments are crazy.
His comments are crazy. Just say I don't love you anymore.
Yeah, just say I regret marrying you.
Yeah, just say that instead of working around saying I regret marrying a white woman.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's a white woman issue.
Does he regret marrying a white woman, or does he regret marrying this white woman?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Which... like you said, I feel like with all these, it's like, well, I kind of need more context.
Right, but like the first two were good. The mother-in-law, that was very well laid out. I think that was very clear.
We need you guys to go take a creative writing course.
Oh my God, yes.
One. I have to fart. Should I put the mic up to my butt?
Yeah. There's no such thing as too much detail on these because we want to know the skinny of your life.
We want to know the skinny.
We want to know the skinny. So don't think that you're putting too much detail in because you're not.
You're absolutely not.
Never.
You're never. Yeah, you're probably putting not enough detail,
right,
honestly.
Quite frankly. But just based off of guttural feeling, I'm going to say not the asshole.
I'm going to say not the asshole because you're just taking advantage of a free night. Like, he obviously didn't care about the comedy night enough to stay awake, which I understand dozing off happens. But
1.5 hours?
And, like, when you know, like she's putting the baby down for bed. Mm-hmm. You're passed out in chair.
In chair. In chair.
That's the thing. So, she's putting the baby down for bed, which means you're leaving soon. Which means there's something that you could be doing to prep for leaving.
Right. And if you're not prepping and you're just dozing off for a little bit, set an alarm.
Yeah.
That's so messy and unorganized.
Or text your wife and be like, hey, if I fall asleep, will you wake me up?
Right, something.
And especially if this is like normal, he passes out a lot.
Right.
And I'm guessing that if she were to wake him up, he would also be angry.
Right. I was going to say, there seems to be no winning in this situation.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? I don't remember. But, like, I really do think that he was looking for an excuse to be mad because they didn't even have to go to the last act of the comedy show.
No.
Like, they didn't have to. I think he was just wanting to be like, we only got to see the last act. Like, you know that type of bullshit people pull when they do shit like that? It's like, we could have seen the whole thing.
No comedy show is that important.
No.
And also, like, on a date night, why are you going to a comedy show where you can't talk to her?
I know.
I know you're already married, but, like...
But...
what kind of intimacy is that gonna build?
No, literally.
We're gonna go see somebody else talk at us.
Right.
No shade to comedy shows. A little bit of shade to comedy shows. But, like, a date night?
Okay, this one looks stupid.
Stupid. A lot of people are stupid.
A lot of people.
Sorry, go ahead.
Am I the asshole? Because I refuse to drive my coworkers home without compensation. Wait. That one, I thought that was, I read it as like, am I an asshole for not driving to my coworkers without compensation? I was thinking that was going to be juicy. I'll risk it. I'll risk it.
Right off the bat, I'm going to say depends how far away they live.
I was going to say, if it's like a 5-minute drive, shut the fuck up.
If it's on your way.
If it's on your way, especially,
if it's not going to cost you more than like $5 in gas, which I understand gas is expensive now.
Right.
But like, oh, well, I guess they're not your friends, they're your coworkers. So it's a little bit different.
I guess, but it's like...
I guess it's different because I work in a place with... I have 5 coworkers.
Right.
So we're all a lot closer than I guess normal coworkers are.
But I mean, there like a lot of people that I worked with, like, back home. Like, I would have driven any of them home without pay.
Yeah.
Because we were all close.
Prediction?
I was about to say, yeah, let's predict.
Honestly, prediction... I'm going to say I don't want to pick a side.
Okay.
I think I need more context.
I'm going to say asshole.
Okay.
I have a feeling.
Knee-jerk reaction is asshole.
I was about to say, yeah. Okay. I, at 25M, have been accepting requests from coworkers to give them a lift home whenever possible. I never asked for any compensation since it is only about a 15-20 minute detour. But about a month ago, I finally had the opportunity to buy a new car. Beforehand, I had a 1999 Ford Fiesta. It was my first car, and I barely spent any money on gas. I don't have many financial responsibilities, so I chose to enjoy being a young man with a decent salary and bought a supercar. The fuck is a supercar?
Like a not a sports car, but like a nice
car. I love, all caps, love my new car.
Oh God, he's a car guy. Asshole.
Maybe I was right. I love my new car, and so do my coworkers, which means a lot more requests started coming my way for lifts home. I've worked at my current job for about 6 months, and I've probably done over 100 detours to make my coworkers happy. Here's the problem. Not once, all caps, have I been offered any form of compensation from any of them, even though they would have had to pay for public transport if I didn't offer them a lift. Now, my new car is quite a bit more expensive than my old one, which means it does not drive that far.
Like before having to fill up?
Well, I don't know what it maybe looks like. Apparently, this is completely otherworldly for my coworkers. Today I said no for the first time. I got asked if I could give them a lift, and I said, sure, if you pay me the fee you would have to for public transport, I'll drive you home. And this did not sit well with them. I think I'm being as fair as possible, since I don't want to keep losing money by giving them a free service that they don't seem to appreciate. So, am I the asshole?
I'm going to say yes for the way you said it. For you being like, yeah, if you give me the money that you would spend on public transport, then sure. Having an open discussion, being like, hey guys, this car's a lot more expensive than my last one. Hey, Toby guys. You know,
yeah.
Even if you could pay me $1 for gas money. And also kind of the coworkers are also assholes, because if someone's driving you home and you're not at least offering gas money, that's kind of weird.
Everyone's kind of the asshole.
I think everyone's the asshole. But also, he just said he has a decent salary.
Right.
So do you really need the money? Like, your coworkers don't seem to have cars.
Something, yeah. This could be like a situation where it's like you're in Chicago.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, where it's like a walking city or a public transport city. Yeah,
so...
But also, why did you... And I understand, 15-minute detours, those can soak up a lot. But why did you get a super nice car that has bad gas mileage if you knew you were going to be driving a lot?
Right. I think also the biggest thing about this, to me, it's like you said, like, saying, like, pay me what you would pay for public transportation. That's wild, because they're probably spending more time on public transportation.
Right.
So they should be paying you less than public transportation. But I completely agree. I think he definitely went on the offensive a lot quicker than he should have, being like, you should just pay me if you want me to take you home. But also he's a dumbass for offering people rides home in the first place.
Like, it got to the point where everyone was asking you a ride home frequently because you let it get to that point.
Yes, you let that happen. And I'm the type of person where, like, I'm not going to offer, but if you ask me, Yeah,
Yeah, why not?
I'll drive you home.
Sure.
But I'm never gonna say like unless if somebody's like my car just broke down, then I'll be like I can drive you home because your car just broke down.
That was the other thing. He said that he like offered ride homes, or he was like,
Ford
I
Fiesta.
offered rides home whenever you want.
Right.
That's your fault.
That is your fault.
It is not anybody else's fault that they're taking you up on something that you said. If somebody was like, I will give you $100 if you just ask, of course you're gonna ask them a lot.
Right.
It's $100.
It's $100.
It's a luxury that you wouldn't otherwise have.
That's the thing. It's a luxury.
And if he says, I'll drive you home anytime, you can't then be mad for people taking you up on that offer.
Yeah, and it's like, I understand why he's mad, but also I understand the coworkers because they just got the rug pulled out from under them.
Right.
They're used to this service, no matter how bougie it is. They're used to it.
And I also doubt that the coworkers were as mean as
I know.
he
I
says.
really think that he just wants to be seen as the not asshole.
Yeah, but he is the asshole.
Let me see what other people are saying. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Not. Okay, so we just have a twisted perception, it seems.
So we're in the minority.
We are in the minority.
I think that he is the asshole, not for, not wanting to give his coworkers rides without money. I understand that.
I do.
Baseline, if I were to just read the title and know that, like, he got a nicer car and has less gas mileage.
I would say if I didn't
I'd
read
be like,
it.
yeah, no,
not the asshole.
sure.
Especially because they have a way of getting home.
Right.
There is a way of getting home. I would say not the asshole, but they are just taking him up on the offer that he offered.
The fact that, he offered. They're taking him up on it. He was so quick to be, like, snarky.
The second he got a nice car.
Bring back the word snarky.
Snarky.
He was snarky. So quick.
So unbelievably quick.
He's the asshole.
He's the asshole.
And I'll stand by it.
This is another one about coworkers and rides. This could be controversial again. So
okay, let's do another. Maybe that's our niche.
Title.
Niche. Maybe that's our niche.
Was I being the asshole if I told my coworker I won't give him rides anymore? Knee jerk. I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no because the coworker had to have done something. You're never going to be the asshole for... See, this is where I feel like people are using this excuse for the last one, when the last one was just like, he had his own problems. You're never going to be the asshole for setting boundaries.
No, not at all. Okay.
How you set them can make you an asshole, but just
setting
them...
how you go about the approach, that's all that matters, really.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a coworker that works similar shifts as me at the factory I work at. We live about 2 miles apart, and recently his car broke down. He asked for a ride for the next week or two until they got it fixed. I said of course, and not to worry about gas money since it's not that much extra for me and they have a car to fix. It's now been 6 weeks, Tuesday starts week 7, and the car still isn't fixed. There have been a list of reasons, mostly money issues. I understand he's poor and has a few kids at home. We make the same, so I know money has to be tight. The first week they asked about carpooling even after their car was fixed. I said no, I like my time alone in the car before and after work. Also, it does change my pre-work routine and cuts down on time with my girlfriend, about an hour total a week. What?
But if you're living with your girlfriend...
What?
You have other hours.
They just kept talking about how I should think about it and it will benefit us both. In the last 6 weeks, lots of annoyances have popped up. His coffee thermos leaks. It rolls around on my floor, leaving drops of coffee. My car now smells like it and I hate coffee. I asked, he put it in a bag. He does about half the time without reminding/bringing a bag. Since our breaks are the same, he sits in my car. I like being alone on break. This has ruined my break time. He also has left early multiple times because he's sore and the unpaid time off is offered. He sits in my car for hours while I work, drinking/spilling coffee. Then says he doesn't have money to fix his car. He also hasn't offered gas money again, and it feels rude to ask when I told them not to worry about it initially. This is where I feel like an asshole. I want to tell them about this coming week. I won't give them a ride anymore. There is no real reason I can't. I just don't want to. I want my normal pre-work routine back and to be left alone on break. I know they are going to ask for another week after that because rent will be due. I honestly want to say no, point to the times they left work early, and tell them too bad. That tactic seems rude, but I feel like the one more week will turn into a month like now. So, am I the asshole?
This is another good one.
Juicy, yeah.
Because my knee jerk is to say no, because I understand. And you know what? I'm guilty of it too. I was guilty of it too a little bit. Being like, I'm broke, I don't have any money, and then also being like, the second I can go home early, I go home early.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, you're real for that. Absolutely.
Right.
But when you're not actually going home and you're just going to go sit in a car, I understand it works hard. And I can't imagine working in a factory.
I was going to say, they work in a factory, so it's very laborious.
Yeah. Laborious.
Laborious.
LeBron
James.
LeBron James.
Baba boy.
What's that video? I'm friends with the
I'm friends with the ma.
That's maybe one of my favorite videos on the internet.
No, mine's it's me just seeing Ari. If they touch me, they sorry.
I'm gonna say no, because once again, you're setting boundaries, and I understand this is just kind of like a shitty situation for all, but if I was in the other coworker's shoes, right, I would feel bad that because he originally said a week, right, or 2 weeks, and there's always been an excuse, and at some point, like, people's hospitalities are kind of gonna run out.
Right.
If he were to say at the very beginning, hey, my car has to be fixed, but, you know, I don't know when I'm gonna have enough money to get it fixed, which is, you know, fine. So, is there any way that you could give me a ride home for the next 6 weeks? Don't just say one. Fishy. You know, because it's kind of like because at in a certain point you are promising something. You're promising it's only going to be 1 week or 2 weeks. Right. And then I understand that things come up, but it's really difficult to navigate situations like this.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like he's like really respecting your space that much.
No.
Which I don't know. I feel like with all of these I need more context, because you can't fully judge someone if you don't know the ins and outs of their lives. But I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. Because what's really tripping me up is that he says he understands the situation because they get paid the same, they work the same shifts, same breaks. Like, I don't know. I don't want to assume that they're close because he has a lot of complaints about him.
Right.
So I'd imagine they're not that close. So that's why I'm like, I want to say not the asshole, but also I want to say asshole a little bit, because you understand what he's going through. You have very limited time with the people you love. So, like, you should understand, you know, and, like, apparently he's sick a lot. He doesn't want to work, so he's going home early. But I'm going to say not the asshole.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Seems to be
mixture of both, but more not the asshole scale. You know?
The consensus is not, it seems. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the biggest thing about it, is he was promised a certain set amount of times, and I know that you know, other factors can get in the way, but they seem to just, like...
Yeah. And, like, it seems like the person who posted this, like, they don't need a ride there, which is why, like, I don't... Because somebody was like, well, he should be taking you. And it's like, well, I don't think the person who posted it wants that to happen. I don't think they want to be driven to work. So that's why I'm like, I don't think asshole. Because I don't think the favor needs to be returned when he doesn't want it to be returned.
Right.
So... I'm gonna say, I think I'm gonna say not the asshole. I think I'm very confident in saying that.
Sorry, I'm turning off my iPad so that it does it.
I kind of wish, like, the person knew if the car was actually fixed or if the guy was just wanting free rides.
Right.
That's what I want to know, because, I mean, it seems... Because he can see his house or wherever he lives. He can probably guess what financial situation he's in. So I really want to be like, well, I want to know, like, is he making it up? Does he have a car somewhere in a parking lot? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I want to know that, but I don't know that, unfortunately, so. I'm friends with the ma. I need to not sing on camera.
Well.
Because you're going to get copyright striked.
Well.
It's me, Jesse and Ari. If they touch me, they sorry.
I hope everyone knows if they're the asshole or not.
Yeah,
And I hope that in the future, when we have millions and millions of subscribers.
When?
They can submit us their Am I the Asshole?
Yeah.
I want to set up like a phone line where people call and leave voicemails.
Yes. Well, you could always message us on Instagram, TikTok.
Always. Email.
We do have an email.
We do have an email. And it's in the link. The description always has the Instagram, the TikTok, and the email.
Yeah.
So if you think that you're an asshole, email us. If you love the podcast, email us. If you hate the podcast, please email us. It's so funny.
Please email us.
We got one hate comment, and I decided that I'm going to start liking all the hate comments.
Did anyone comment like positive things about it?
Yeah.
Wait, actually?
Yes.
Wait, I need to see them. Wait, I need to see them.
We had 7 comments altogether.
That's
we
crazy.
have, after a week, I think we have like 2,000 views total on TikTok.
Wait, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. Like and subscribe, comment, and write to us, please. Send us hate mail, love mail. We'll read it. And we will see you next Tuesday. Bye. Thanks for watching.
Oh, you look like the 4th of July.
Makes me want a hot dog real bad.